Hi, I'm Joshua Hayward, Dynamic Mind, Creative Heart. Welcome to the video. Many of you have been prompted to this video through my newsletter, and thank you for responding and reconnecting with me, some maybe from Facebook page too. And once again, welcome to all of those people and the rest of you who have discovered me from whatever phase. This is my re-entry video. In a way, I've been on somewhat of a sabbatical, trying to reevaluate who I am and where I'm going, to realign myself with this next and latter phase of my life. A lot of this realigning is due to the grief and around the loss of Esther Lael, my partner in so many ways, my soulmate. She's been gone about 15 months now, and you go through these different stages and stuff like that, you know. And, anyway, here I am now, trying to come out and move in the world in a different way than perhaps I've ever moved before. I know she wants me to be more of me. I know she wants me to be the best that I can be, and I'm not doing it just because of that. I'm doing it because this is what I want to do, and there's really very little left to do. And so part of that thing is to really enjoy and to be in the flow. And I feel like I always want to contribute to what's going on more than take away. I feel like I'm in the Dharma section, you know, or I've been in the Dharma section for a while, to work rather than creating more karma. I'm not sure that I'm not creating a little bit more, but I think it's probably a lot less. That I'm more about realizing who I am and helping other people realize who they are. So in wake of this heavy-duty astrological and other psychics and people all over the place have jumped on the bandwagon for what I've been talking about for actually many years, this month of April in 2014, as being a huge step forward in the transformation of society as we know it on this planet. That being said, I guess what I want to do right now, and what I've been led and through some of my inner journeying, is to just talk about what people can do, practically speaking, to move into the age of Aquarius, which we're really rapidly moving into now. And so it's a transpersonal journey, but it's done on personal levels by each and every one of us. We've all got our challenges. I've been motivated by loss, by grief, by sorrow. I want to reach out to each one of you out there and ask you to take a look at your lives and say, well, what's my trigger? I've got a configuration of aspects in my life that's happening to prompt my growth to more self-awareness, more into the Dharma aspect of life, to become more one and to join with others in a sense of unity in this great diversity that is becoming more and more diverse, not less and less, more and more. And Aquarius is about unity in diversity, not unity in sameness, which typifies the Piscean age. So how can we do this? Well, first of all, meditating is the key to everything. But to be mindfully aware in our interactions with how we perceive the circumstances of our lives and the things that actually occur. And to be willing to revisit our perspectives with things that happen about ourselves and the external circumstances. So, well, let's just say that that something happens in life during your day. I had a thing happen the other day at the gym. I actually just missed it. I came in behind it. But somebody told me that this one guy had gone off on this other guy for no real reason. He was just asking, "Are you okay if I turn on this fan here because it's getting a little hot and muggy here?" And the other guy went off on him. And whether this was roid rage or not, I don't really know. But what brought that person to going off on that other person just for asking him a question? Well, it has to do with sort of a chemical balance, which could talk about steroids, because that's going to affect the chemical balance within the person, and that can really affect our perspective. But then what led that person, if he did, to take the steroids? And then what was happening in that person's life to lead that person to that moment being, triggered by such a seemingly inconsequential event into this bizarre kind of overreaction. Well, we see this kind of thing going on all the time in the media. If you're on sites like, say, Huffington Post or even Yahoo News or all kinds of, stuff, anything that provides information, you'll see these sort of polarized outbursts. And so what are these outbursts about? Well, we've brought ourselves into a moment with a certain amount of programming. A lot of it is wounding imprints of programming, things that have happened to us. And so our mind has been seeing things in a certain way, and it's been trained to think that if this sort of thing happens, it's really about that thing. And you're either right or wrong about it, and your reaction is determined by being triggered by that and thinking that this is something that you need to react to. Okay, so what brought that person, or what might bring you to a place where you really get angry and you pretty much project a lot of anger and rage, or certainly a lot of judgment upon somebody else? Now, don't tell me that this hasn't happened to you. Maybe not the same thing. And it's happened to me. Esther used to help me with my anger. Now I have to work on it on my own to a large extent. Okay, it's just a little bit more challenging. Relationship's a challenge, but then being by yourself, that's a challenge too. So, okay, so we're talking about shifting perspective. Okay, what if it really had nothing to do with that person asking about turning on the fan? This other person who seemingly overreacted did so due to a number of circumstances leading right up into that moment, seeing something and perceiving something to be a certain way, and hence the reaction. Well, we do that too. And I want to say that almost all of our reactions to negativity when we go off, and we can maybe not be anger or rage, it could be just despair and sorrow and things like that. It's pretty intense, isn't it, when you really think about it, And maybe even my reaction to losing somebody, that's an extreme case. Pretty difficult to deal with. But one thing that we can do with most things that happen is to drop our judgments and understand that our perspectives are probably false. We're perceiving something to be happen because it's projection. It's in 99.9% of the time, for most people, for the vast herd majority of people on the planet, it will just be about programming. It'll be about wounding imprints and reacting to the wounding rather than perceiving the situation to be what it is. Almost everything it can be seen as neutral. These are just events that are happening. Now, am I trying to minimize things? No. What I'm trying to do is to say, if we go inside and meditate regularly, we can discover things about ourselves that can break the programming, and we can put out our intent to harmonize with ourselves, with others, and with the planet itself. We can still have compassion for whatever happens. But that's the thing, is to turn and transform our reaction into a non-judgmental and compassionate type of thing. Rather than saying, look, here's a blame. Oh, no, it's this person, it's that person. This is right, this is wrong. This person really screwed over this person. Rather than that's dense drama stuff that we get sucked into. It's a negative vortex of energy that will suck us down. So this is my first thing that I would like to say, and hopefully I'll do a few more videos. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but this is one way that we can raise our vibration, is to understand that we're probably misinterpreting almost everything that happens. Unless we can come back into our center and develop a sense of radical neutrality. There's an expression, huh? That's one I came up with. Radical neutrality. And we can, through acceptance of whatever is happening, we can truly accept what's there. Then we have the choice to be more compassionate, to raise our frequency, and to move on and put our energy into what we really want to concern ourselves, rather than in this polarized type of stuff that's going on insanely on the planet right now. This is an opportunity for us to wake up from this polarization, to come to our centers, to change our perspective and come from love, to be love, to love, to put out love as the answer. That's not even the answer. It's just a way of being. There's not really any questions and answers. There's just awareness. There's just love. Love is what pervades everything. So I'm challenging everybody, including myself, to shift any perspectives that are going to take us into the drama and downward into whatever. Give up blaming other people and other circumstances. Give up being a victim to things that you think that you can't overcome. Actually be who you are. That's the Aquarian way. So this is Joshua Hayward, wanting to lovingly sign off and really say thanks for being with me again. It's a pleasure for me to get back in front of the camera and share my love with you. So, namaste and be well.